Andrew, what files do you think the Justice Department is going to send over to Congress tomorrow? Is it information that is likely already known to the public, or will there be new information?
Well, we don't know. What we do know is that they are not releasing everything. And I think the strategy is really kind of crazy. I think this is going to be death by a thousand cuts. To do this sort of drip, 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 this first tranche, even if they try to bring out something salacious about some political adversary, it's just going to underscore that they haven't released everything. The quote that you have from the Southern District of New York judge is one of several judges who are all saying that this is completely disingenuous what the government is doing here, trying to pretend to have the pretense, the illusion of transparency when they're not doing that. And I think to see this first tranche is only and should only underscore the precise point that the judge made and that you quoted, Melissa, which is that they are not releasing everything when they could.
So to your point about the drip, drip, drip strategy, is there a chance that Attorney General Pamela Jo Bondi will find a reason to delay even this release? Ruth Marcus of The New Yorker reported this week that, quote, Donald Trump now has the Attorney General he has always wanted, an ally willing to harness the law to enable his agenda. Could Pamela Jo Bondi delay the release of these materials if Donald Trump wanted her to?
Yeah, I mean, that absolutely is the case that she could do that. The Congress has subpoena power, but they have a problem trying to enforce it. And it's hard to see how a Republican-controlled Congress is going to move to the courts to have the enforcement of the subpoena. They could do that, but you could have a sort of lengthy, protracted standoff. The reason I think that probably isn't going to happen, I mean, they are trying to have this idea that they have the illusion of transparency, and to have that kind of court fight is just going to keep that in the news. But I think no matter what they do, this sort of drip, drip, drip policy, is not going to really help them. So it remains to be seen, but I don't see this really working as a strategy. And it does lead everyone, including myself, to wonder what is in there, because it's such a crazy way to proceed. If there is nothing that damaging in there, why not just release everything?
All right, well, let's move on to another DOJ official who seems intent on doing Donald Trump's bidding. Today, a judge ruled that Alina Habba has been serving as New Jersey's U.S. attorney without legal authority to do so, and she's been doing it for more than a month. The judge had this to say, quote, because she is not currently qualified to exercise the functions and duties of the office in an acting capacity, she must be disqualified from participating in any ongoing cases. This is a pattern of Trump bypassing the Senate and the courts to appoint loyal U.S. attorneys like Alina Habba. How do you think this is going to play out, and where do we go from here in New Jersey?
Well, I think it is something to focus on in New Jersey, but also a number of other states. And sort of the key issue here, I know we're both lawyers, but I think this is one where I think it's important to sort of step outside of the legal issue for a moment and think about this. This does not happen in any normal Republican or Democratic administration, because the people who are nominated are qualified. The people who are chosen are qualified. And so judges, even if there's this 120-day period that passes, and then the judges get to choose, they always choose the person who the president has selected because they're qualified, even if they disagree with them. And so the real issue here is what it says about the Trump decision-making of picking people that all of these judges around the country will not support.